welcome to a brand new episode of the Better You podcast. Today I have with me my very good friend from Miami, and she goes by the name Brenda. Beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, well-educated, intelligent. Trust me, Brenda got it going all the way on. Today we're going to delve into the conversation of how to leave a toxic relationship. Stay with us. Brenda, now we have something that we do here. It's called Better Fit. As usual, as you know, we are sponsored by Sugar Coated on social media at Shop Sugar Coated. So it's only right that we do Better Fit. And today, look, I already told you that you're not going home with your necklace and your earrings. I absolutely love them. And where is your outfit from?
My outfit is from Meshki, but my next one is going to be from Sugar Coated.
Oh, okay, yes. Next time you come back. Yes, I like that. I like that. It's a beautiful outfit. You look great.
Thank you.
As usual, my outfit is a brand new dress from Sugar Coated. I absolutely love it. I feel like a goddess. I feel beautiful. And I ordered these on a website in the U.S. called Worthy. I got my earrings and my necklace, my bracelets from Worthy. All the information for my outfit is going to be right there on your screen. Now, Brenda, I know I've been in a toxic relationship. Have you been in a toxic relationship?
Yeah, I have.
Really? What was that like?
It was definitely the fight of my life. It was not fun. Definitely disillusioned, I would say. I wasn't really, my feet weren't firmly planted on the ground, and I think I was looking for that person to rescue me. Like, I didn't want to deal with some things that were happening in my life, so I wanted to, like, dig myself deeper into that relationship, and then I realized that, it was incredibly unhealthy, and I did things that I never thought I would do. Yeah, it was crazy times, and this is like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys and say like, oh, it was when I was much younger. I want to say like this happened.
I love the honesty.
Yeah, no, because like I thought when it happened to me, I thought I was above it. Like I'm too evolved, I'm too developed. Like I could never have. Hey guys, I'm sorry. Oops.
Oh, a friend of the show just popped in. Maybe later on we'll mention his name, but right now we're not going to.
Right, I'm sorry, I'm a squirrel. But yeah, so I did things that I didn't think. I thought I was above that. That would never happen. And it's such a great testament of why we should always be vigilant, even when we're in a good space. And then I feel like it's incredibly important for you to have principles in which you live by. So that you have safeguards against falling into the trap of the toxic relationship. And like my number one tip for anybody who's in dating in general, do not lie for your partner. Do not lie, do not cover up, do not hide. Because once you start to do those things, it's easier for the relationship to rapidly descend into toxicity and you not know how to get out of it because you're so busy lying to the people that you love, trying to cover up like, oh no, he didn't hit me, or he didn't send me flowers, or it runs the gamut.
Listen, she's talking and I'm like, she sounded like me when I was in a toxic relationship, but like you're sounding like a therapist because everything that you're saying is so accurate. The minute you start to lie for them, you're actually now helping them.
Yep, you're helping
them. And now they realize that they can do things to you and they can hurt you and they can get away with it because you are going to lie to them.
Yeah.
And it's funny you mentioned some things, and I felt that way. I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm intelligent. I had a great job going on. So you almost don't think you could ever get into a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think a man can hit you, cheat on you, or treat you badly because of who you are. But actually, that is when they kind of do that.
Yeah, they want to break you down.
They want to break you down. And they actually pick their victims as well. You know, like they know how to pick their prey. And they normally pick strong, good, kind-hearted people. Because a lot of times when you're that way, they know, like, you're so emotional and you're kind and you're good. And
there's there's grooming. There's grooming. Like they're
Yes.
predators who are stalking their prey. So like they do a lot of what is called in like therapy, like mirroring.
And love bombing.
Right, love bombing. Like I'm a Leo, so like love bombing is like hard for me to recognize because like duh, of course you're obsessed with me. But it's it's like of course, like why wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
However, you have to
When's your
recognize
birthday?
August 3rd.
Oh my God! No wonder we get along. So my bestest friend, aka my other sister, Hannah Newman Conjure, she is August 2nd. And
my
we
best
are
friend is
like
August
this,
2nd.
Like no, that's why like we are gelling so much. Like
Yeah.
Leos are amazing. Shout out to Hannah. We love you.
Love
Mwah,
you.
mwah.
We love the Leo Queen. Birthday's
Yes.
coming up. Cancers,
Yes,
hold on.
it is. What are we gonna do?
I don't know. I'm probably gonna celebrate it in Ghana.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, probably. But the thing is, right? So like love bombing is hard for me to recognize. Obviously, with like that Leo attribute, I definitely feel like, yeah, of course, like duh.
The world revolve around me.
I'm the bee's knees. Of course, you love it here. However, you have to pay attention not only to like the love bombing, but also like the I like whatever you like, or if you mention you like something and all of a sudden like they love that thing. Or they present, like, if you're family oriented and they're talking about how much they love their family, but then, like, you never see them around their family. Those things are what I call mirroring. They're just going to mirror what they know you like to get you to fall under that spell a lot quicker. And for busy girls like ourselves, you almost can kind of get away with a few things because we're so career oriented, driven. We're focused on, like, you know, the bigger things, right? Mm-hmm. That we're not too much on like focus on clocking. Like I'm not the kind of person who's going through your phone, right? Like I'm not going through your phone.
Don't do that.
I'm not going through your phone. Like I really believe in trust and all that fun stuff. However, if they know these things about you, they can use these things to their advantage to get you into their web of nonsense. And then by the time like they
That web of nonsense.
it is nonsense. It's incredible. Like it's
shenanigans.
Like oh my god, the rodeo. Like buckle up, Buttercup, because they're about to take you for a ride. And it's a hard ride to get off of.
We need you here every week, I swear.
It's terrible. So like it happened to me. It was 2019. I was quietly dating this gentleman. He who shall not be named. We hate him.
Thou shalt not name him.
Yeah, he who shall not be named. And it was slow moving. Like I wasn't even interested. I wasn't even attracted. And then there's another thing. It's not even like the guy that you really think is like so attractive. You're like,
yeah,
oh,
you're
no,
normally not attracted.
you're not
to
even
them.
like attracted
Yeah.
to them, but they're working overtime to win you over, love bomb, do acts of service. They figure out what your love language is and they give it to you in overdrive. And one of the things that I realized in that relationship, I was also like not in the best place. For those of you who don't know, at that time, I was being incubated by Vector 90, which was owned by Nipsey Hussle and David Gross. And at that point in time, Nipsey had passed away suddenly. And I was just like mentally, like I had just like departed. Like I was like, yeah, it was really terrible. It was really, there was so many ramifications. He was such a great person, gave me so many opportunities. And then like, you know, my business is in limbo and I'm like, oh man, all these things. And I was dating somebody else and like, I don't feel like that person was showing up for me in the way that they should have, especially because I was experiencing something incredibly traumatic. And so all of those things, like, it's almost like a perfect storm and they see that you're in a place of need. You're usually really strong and able-bodied and you can kind of spot the nonsense. But because I was so distracted with all of that and like, you know, just mourning and like just dealing with all of like that came with that particular death, he was able to weasel his way in there. And so like I just like leaned on him very heavily. I just didn't want to make any decisions for myself or anything like that. And what ended up happening is I just looked up and like we were together. Like it wasn't like really like a choice I had made. It was just more like him constantly being present, flying around, being there for me. And I needed the support. I honestly, truly at the time I needed the support, but we didn't necessarily need to be in a relationship, but it just felt right at that time. And so once we did begin to date, his mask would start to slip. So like things weren't adding up about his background and like, you know, I'm a pretty self-aware and like vigilant woman. So like once I started realizing like, you know, his money was funny, things weren't adding up about how he earned his income. He brought me on vacation, but then like kind of ran out of money midway through.
Oh gosh, that happened to me.
It's a hot ghetto
when
mess.
I had to use my own money to buy business class tickets for the two of us.
Business? Baby, you gonna be back in coach. I'm gonna be in business. He tried to ask me for money. It was so crazy. I was like, are you dumb? Like, what's going on here? And not that like women like can't share finances.
Not to cut you off. It's so funny. This episode started, we were talking about how to leave a toxic relationship, and now I think we're talking more about
how to
recognize signs of a toxic relationship.
This is a mess.
So if you just tuned in, we're talking about how to spot, toxic traits, and how to spot different types of abusive men or women. I want to make this be clear that sometimes it could also be in a friendship form. It could be in the family member form. Don't think that all toxic relationships are just romantic relationships. And guys, be sure to comment, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms. We're currently available on YouTube and Spotify, and we're coming very, very soon to a TV station very, very close to you. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah. So those are like the beginning stages, right? So once it starts happening to you, the toxicity can range from financial abuse to verbal abuse to physical abuse, right?
To emotional abuse.
Yeah, emotional. That's how it usually starts. It usually starts with
and mental. It starts
they start
with mental and
playing games with you and then like gaslighting you and making you feel like your thoughts aren't your own. So then you have to rely on them further. It's like a really nasty, disgusting game. But by the time you realize it's time to go, unfortunately for me, it did unfortunately result.
How long did yours last?
Girl, I was in and out of there in 3 months. All of this happened in 3 months.
Oh, but that's good. That's good. If you were able to spot it within 3 months, that's really, really good.
Yeah, but it was still difficult because it did take a huge emotional and mental toll on me, because at that juncture in my life, I was just so sure that something like that could not happen to me, and it took so much strength for me to leave, because it was also incredibly embarrassing. It was so ridiculous to like.
I don't think that we should look at it as embarrassing.
That's how I felt.
You should always look at situations like the person showed their true colors, who and what they really are.
And so that's what it was. The shame was so deep that I didn't even want to vocalize that this had transpired, this had happened to me. And so because I was so filled with shame, I couldn't act and advocate for myself. And that's why it even lasted the 3 months, because it was just like, I was like, oh no, like.
Mine lasted for years.
Oh man, yeah. I'm sorry. Like, one thing about me, 2 things for sure. I'm a quick learner. I'm gonna be up and I keep a bag packed, okay? I'm quick to leave a situation that doesn't serve me, and not because like I feel like I'm better. It's just that I know what toxicity looks like. And so for me, it was really difficult to realize that I was in a toxic situation.
You know what? Pause. We're going to stop right there. That was part 1 of signs of a toxic relationship. Signs you're dealing with a toxic person. I'm Yazzie Sangari. I'm with the beautiful Brenda. All her social media information is going to be right there on the screen. Stay with us. Next week, we'll be back with part 2. You don't want to miss part 2 with Brenda and I next week. Thank you for tuning in.